Wahoo will bring madness out of you. There's true Wahoo fever, and like you get out in the water, everyone's shaking. You know, we've seen one who everyone's nervous as shit. You like wait till like your buddies are like ripping chum and the other person's looking the other way, and you slip underwater and start kicking as fast as you can, like a mad submarine, and you burn across the flasher, across everybody watching, and you just have position. You have lock on a target that they can't see, and you stare and kick as hard as you can, and you go like that, and then you go like that, like you're gonna pump the gun and shoot it, and everyone on the whole service is like, oh, where is it? And they're all looking for the Wahoo, and it's not there, and then you come up, and as soon as you turn like this, you get down there, you're like, I got you, bitch!
So it's good that we went out the next day. We loaded up, we went out.
Do you love Wahoo? Do you love Wahoo?
All right, let's go shoot some hoos. There you go. I know, it's hard. You can do it.
Woo, I can breathe. It gives me anxiety. I feel like I'm gonna die and suffocate.
Kimber, what are you sitting on baby rundown?
Help yourself.
And boom, first dive, first drop, shoot a Wahoo. I threw a flasher in, it's floating down, all of a sudden you go, oh! And I'm like, oh! And you didn't have a gun, right? You had a gun, I was making you guys trade guns. And so I handed you my gun. Christine dives down, and the Wahoo just kind of like takes off. And this was like, it was kind of deep. It was like 55, 60 feet. And it kind of takes off, and then Christine's hanging there waiting with the gun, doesn't come back around. So she starts coming up. So as she's coming up, I dive down, and I meet her halfway and grab the gun right out of her hand and kept sinking down. But I had to get that flasher, that throat flasher, because it was still sinking. So I sink down at the throat flasher, grab that, and then I've got the bait over here. I'm looking at the bait, just hanging out, and sure enough, this Wahoo comes in hot, like right up to me, just whoosh, boom. I was so close that all my line didn't actually leave my gun, and so it kind of got jammed up, because I kind of rigged my gun a little bit differently to where I could have like a breakaway float line or a reel gun, like quick connect. And I've done it before and not had any problems, but on that gun I haven't done it, and it kind of caused me a problem, so my gun jammed. And that's a problem, because I'm 60 foot down. Not only that, I'm already at the end of my dive. I'm like literally like needing to come up for air, and I'm wrestling with this fish. So luckily I had a belt reel, or else I would have had to just let go of the gun and hope for the best. Because there's no way I could have just like kicked up to the surface with that gun locked up with that fish. There's no way. I would have blacked out for sure.
It's a good thing I didn't shoot it, because you would have lost your
gun.
gun.
I know. It's a good thing. Unless you missed, then the shaft would have went and then you would have just came back on and been like, oh. So I'm trying to link in. I finally link in my belt reel and let the gun go, come up to the surface. Killian goes down, puts just a surgeon shot right through the fish's head, takes it out. Yeah! Yeah!
That's awesome.
I know. Oh, it's so great, man. Woo! Dog team ever.
Hey, we're coming back in the morning and we're getting like 10.
And we have our first fish. Bull sharks are swimming all around us. Had a little shark dive right there. That was cool. Had this shark come in on a dive and he like came right up to my spear, but he had his like face ripped off by a hook and line or something. He was just smiling at me, funny, kind of like hairy eyeball. First Wahoo ever with my girl. Hey man, good. That was awesome.
I saw the fish first.
She saw it first. I handed her my gun and threw a flasher down. She went down and didn't come up on her. I dove down, met her halfway, grabbed the gun out of her hands, hung there, grabbed my flasher, waited for it to come in, and boom. Beautiful. Yeah. That's spectacular. So awesome. That was such a team effort with me and Christine too. It was so cool.
Judah, massive yellowjack. There's a school of 100 yellowjacks over 15 pounds. All over 15 pounds.
Almost had a couple of big old blacks.
Really?
Killian shot a really nice yellowjack. Big one, big stud, right over the wreck. Man, that thing was like monster. I don't know how deep he was. I didn't even see any yellowjacks. I did a couple deep dives. It's just luck of the draw. Those fish swimming around in circles, so sometimes they come around to you and sometimes not.
Oh, drift! Get in the picture, Kimber! Look, look, look! Yellowjack! That's it, Kimber. Get it. Get it. Get you some.
Excited that our first real day out stuck a wahoo within the first hour. Big old yellowjack. Done.
Yeah.
That was great. Especially after we had such a disappointing stone crab experience. It seemed like for me, there was a lot of ups and like highs and lows this trip, you know? Because after that magnificent day of shooting that wahoo, which was just so, like, when you shoot a wahoo, it's crazy. You're like really stoked. We come back and I got to raise the motor up and I'm not getting anything. And I'm like, oh, that's weird.